If you're Nigerian and you don't invest, no matter how little you can spare from your income, then I'm sorry to say inflation is your next door neighbor. Your nemesis and your rival are running right on your heels. The value of your money is decreasing right now, even as you watch this video. If you're not investing in Nigeria in 2026, then I'm sorry to say you're losing money. Today, I'm going to be talking about 5 simple steps you can actually use to invest in Nigeria, either as someone earning less than 100k a month or someone earning more than 100k, more than 500k a month. This system works for everyone. As long as you're an average Nigerian who is interested in investing your money, this simple system will work for you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I talk about investing, making money, building wealth, building up your mindset, and everything else. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, and let's build our wealth together. Let me be honest here. Most Nigerians think investing is for the rich only, or when they hear of one hype from one YouTuber or one social media influencer, they rush into that stock without any knowledge of how stocks work, without any knowledge of how investing works, without any knowledge of who they are as an investor, or they think that investing can be left for when you have like 1 million, 500k and above, and that couldn't be more wrong. Or they think investing can be left for when you've made a lot of money, gathered large savings, or have huge capital. That is what most Nigerians think and still think today. I was surprised in one WhatsApp group when the admin was creating a group for Adashi contribution WhatsApp group, where we join this WhatsApp group and then we contribute and pay each other monthly and all that. And I was like, really? You're still doing that in 2026? You're still wasting your money? I'm sorry to say, but for me, contribution and adashi and the like is absolutely a waste of money in 2026. Letting people hold your money for 2 months, 3 months till it gets to your turn, I'm sorry, but that money is losing value. For example, you're in a contribution group and there are 6 of you and you're on the 4th or 3rd position to collect your money. It means your money is held up for 3 months to 4 months while you wait your turn. Do you know how much income, do you know how much profits 3 months to 4 months can generate you in the stock market? I'm sorry, but for me, if you're contributing money, if you're doing adashi, you're losing money. I have been contributing money for a long time since I was in school, only for me to realize down the line that I wasted money, I wasted capital, and I wasted my income, and I wasted my time. So please, if you're doing contribution and adashi in Nigeria in 2026, please stop. Please, let us start somewhere today. While you're busy contributing money and doing adashi, average individuals like you and I are busy quietly building their wealth on the floor of the stock exchange in Nigeria. You might not be able to own a company in Nigeria, but let me tell you something. You can own a share or a unit of that company in Nigeria. All you just have to do is take that step into the stock market. Before you know it, you're a fraction owner of a company in Nigeria. Doesn't that sound good? With your 50k, with your 20k, with your 10k, with your 100k, with your 500, 200k, anywhere your level is at this point, you can actually own a fraction of a company. You can own a fraction of Dangote Cement. When you start this journey, the sky is the limit to how far you can take this journey with discipline and with determination. The first step to beginning your journey as an investor in the stock market in Nigeria is 1, fixing your finances. That is very, very important. If you're starting your journey and you've not reviewed your monthly, 6 months, 3 months statements, bank statement to review your finances, then you're not ready yet. Bank statement is like a track record of how you spend your money. This is why I always advocate for reviewing your bank statement. It tells you where your money goes, how your money is being spent, how your money is disappearing, and actually how you're earning. Review your bank statement. Divide your income into expenditure, into luxurious items, into wants, into needs, into necessities. When you've divided your income, it gives you a base idea of how you spend your money, how money comes into your account, and how money leaves your account. When you've done a review of your finances, you can now decide what to cut out from your life. You can realize, oh, I don't need as much of this, I don't need as much of data, I don't need as much of this subscription. I can actually cut it short and discipline myself to make it through till my next income comes in. When you're done with your review, you can now determine how much can actually go into your investment account monthly. After fixing your finances, the next step is to get a brokerage account. There are physical brokerage offices you can visit, but for the sake of convenience and for the fact that we are in modern time where there's advanced technology, there are also applications you can use. There are applications like Cowrywise, AfroInvest, MoneyWise, Rise. You can use all these sites to actually open your brokerage account and then get your CSCS account number. Your CSCS account number is what proves you're a stockbroker. Once you've opened your brokerage account, you've done the proper registration, registered your profile, the next step is to start depositing money into your brokerage account. Don't wait until you've accumulated up to 50k, 500k, 200k. Don't wait until you have large amount of money. I'm always saying this whenever I make a video. I opened my investment journey with 2,000 naira and I have never looked back since then, and that has grown beyond what anyone can ever imagine. So even if you're going to start with 5k, it is all right. When you open your brokerage account, deposit just 5k. If you're only willing to start with 2k, that is also all right. Deposit 2k, 5k, 10k, depending on how you want to start and depending on where you're comfortable with, because this is just your first step. So you have to be very comfortable with your first step. Don't rush into hype stocks you hear of people talking on social media. Don't rush into that penny stock. You think maybe it's 5 naira today, and maybe you hope that in 3 months, 4 months time it's suddenly going to be 100 naira, 200 naira. That is not reality. That is a dream. Investing in the stock market as a serious investor is different from the hype you hear on social media. If you're going to be investing, you need to take it seriously and you need to throw away hype and go in for proper research and proper studies. Deposit that 5k and then take your first step into a reliable, stable company. My advice is always start with blue chip companies. You can start with Dangote Cement, you can start with Boa Cement, you can start with Dangote Sugar, you can start with Boa Foods. Start with strong, stable companies. You can go for blue chip banking stocks like UBA, GTCO, Zenith Bank. Start with those, buy those and leave it in your portfolio. Then when you open your portfolio the next day, look at the stocks, review them, then go do your research. That is the start of your journey. When you do your research, do not compare yourself to other established investors out there. There are institutional investors, there are retail investors. There are retail investors who are almost as rich as institutional investors. Do not compare yourself to them. Follow their step, but with caution. When you hear what they say, do your own research, decide for yourself, then take the necessary step that is necessary for you. Step number 5, think long term. That is one of the most important mindset you can have as an investor. Think long term. Investing is not about daily trading. Investing is not about swing trading, swinging hearts, swinging mindset whenever you see the price go up a little or come down a little. Investing is not about panic selling when you see a share price going down, going red, panic selling in order not to lose your capital. That is not what investing is all about. Investing is all about going in with a mindset that this stock you're buying, you're keeping it for at least 3 years to 5 years minimum, and the determination to invest any dividend you might get from this stock, letting compounding do its job for you. You don't go into check daily, you don't jubilate when the price goes up, or your heart goes down when the price goes down, or you panic sell so you don't lose the money. That is not what long-term investing is for. Long-term investing is all about patience, endurance, education, and research. That is what long-term investing is to me. So let me ask you something, because I think about this a lot. So I wanted to put this question or thought out there for you to think about. If you had invested in a Nigerian company 3 years ago, where would you be now? Would your life be different? Would your life be the same? Would you have gained or would you have lost? Okay, to put it into perspective, let me talk about Presco, the reigning oil sector stock today. Let me talk about it. Presco. When I checked the history of Presco 3 years ago in March 2023, Presco was selling at 150 naira. That was 2023. If you have gotten 100k of Presco in 2023, that would have gotten you about 665 units of shares. If you have gotten 665 units of Presco shares at 150 naira in 2023, left that and actually forgot to have that share, even without you adding anything to it, even without you adding more units, even without you buying more to add to your 665 naira, and you just leaving it there to grow. Calculate it now in March 2026. Calculate how much your 665 units of Presco shares will be worth in 2026 March. Those who bought shares 3 years ago, 5 years ago in Nigeria are now beyond the level they can ever imagine. There were those who were willing to take a risk, who had the mindset of wealth building. They have stepped beyond the level where the average Nigerian cannot even imagine. The best time to actually start your journey was 5 years ago, and the second best time is now. So please do not hesitate for anything. Do not wonder, do not overthink, and best of all, do not follow hype. Start now, but start responsibly. Start where you are and learn as you build up. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we are definitely building smart money in 2026. Not hype money, not Ponzi scheme, but smart wealth building.